Yeah, if you see me standing, one thing.
Oh, my name is Thabile Zuma. I had a lot of dreams.
God did it. They ask me how I made it. God did it. God did it. God did it. God did it.
Oh, you're taking me back. It's memories of my family, my parents. It's the way they loved each other and the type of love that they actually showed us as their kids. So I come from a family that was very busy. My dad was a businessman. Had 5 kids. So he was never around. Always like in the morning we wake up early. We have to go because he needs to drop us at school, and so he never got time to spend with us. So weekends, that was time where we all spent time together as kids and as a family. So him and my mom used to dance ballroom. So they will dance. So that type of love carried on in our family. So that was really what made me smile as a child. I had a lot of dreams. First, I wanted to be a chartered accountant, and then I wanted to be a police. That was yes, I know, no, right? No, chartered accountant. I was really dreaming when I was a kid. Because I come from a family of business. Everyone at home have businesses. My grandfather is a farmer, based farmer in South Africa. Dad was a businessman. So I grew up in a family that was very business orientated. And then I wanted to be a chartered accountant. But when my parents passed away, everyone in my family passed away when I was 11. So when that happened, life happened, and I fell pregnant when I was 16, turning 17. So I needed means to make ends to make it work. So that's when I was like, no, maybe something quick would be to be a policeman. But I ended up not even being one. Yeah. By 12, everyone had passed, yeah. So I started in 99 when my father passed away. I was 7 years old. He was sick. He was sick for a while, and yeah, unfortunately, he didn't make it. And then when he couldn't make it. Then my mom was left with all the children and my grandparents and everything, the businesses and what. So, because my mom was not so involved in my dad's business life or businesses, she wasn't aware of a lot of things, and we lost everything. So then she got stressed out. She was very stressed. Then she started being ill from that, being alone. I think also just losing the love of your life at a young age, because my dad was 33 when he passed away. Yeah. So then she had to do life alone. So I think that stress and the trauma that she carried alone, then she ended up passing away in 2004. And then when she passed away in 2004, obviously I had my grandparents, right? And then my grandparents also passed away around same year, 2004, everyone passed away. So we were left with my grandfather, who was from my father's side, my paternal grandfather. Life was hard. I don't want to lie. My grandfather gave us the support that he knew how to provide. He also had a few wives and a big family. And now few wives, had 3 wives at the time, and his children as well. And then now it's my family, my own family that had to go and join his family. So it was a big family, and he could provide what he could. No, she wasn't well, and it wasn't a nice feeling, I just don't deal with sicknesses well, considering everything that I've gone through, the amount of also sicknesses that I've experienced in my life. My mom got sick, very sick, at the age when I was 10. So she was bedridden, so we had to take care of her. We had to wash her, feed her, So that time in like 10 years, you have to balance that with school and also running our family business, which was a bar. So you're having to manage all those things. So anytime when I'm experiencing someone that is ill, it triggers certain memories that were not nice that I've experienced in my life. So I run a company called Smart Sync. We do home security and home automations. So we focus on automating residential and commercial business properties. Currently, we launched a smart lock. So what the smart lock does, it replaces the traditional lock where you use a manual key. So what the smart lock does, you're able to access your property using the facial recognition, thumbprint, access code, and those small FRID cards, those like small cards that you get at the hotels, something similar to that. And you also you're able to remotely monitor your lock on a free app. So on the app, you're able to create codes, you're able to revoke codes, you're able to see who's accessing your premises without you being there. So basically, you manage your property from anywhere.
So it's going to be more beneficial for people that have short rental.
Yes. So that's our target audience currently, to students, accommodation, and short rentals. Because with short rentals, a lot of people, if you like, let's say you buy an Airbnb or property, you're managing your property, and now you have you have people who are coming in for short-term rental Airbnb. Now you have to go drop off your keys, pick them up. You have a cleaner that's coming. You have to arrange how to leave the key. So we eliminate all of that. We give you a lock. On a lock, you're able to manage that property from anywhere. You create codes for your your guests, and that code is you can use it for the duration of your stay. And once the duration is up, then the code, you can easily revoke the code. So that's how it works and helps short-term rental hosts. It was launching was amazing because there was a lot of challenges that we had before we launched the business. Challenges with the income, getting the products here, going to the photo shoots, remember, and all of those things. So it was, and also not just that, also bring a product not knowing if people are actually gonna get into it because it's tech, it's new. So that's some of the challenges that we face as small businesses in tech, because there's consistently a lot of enlightenment or education that needs to go to your customers because they're not really aware of the product. For an example, remember when Standard Bank all the banks were launching, were moving from banking into internet banking. Remember, there was a resistance, or people didn't want to buy into internet banking because it wasn't reliable and all of that. But with time, now you don't want to go to the bank because you can do internet banking. So it's the same thing when you launch or you get into a tech space as a small business. There's a lot of education that needs to come with that. So that was those are some of the challenges that we've encountered. But by the mercy of God, the business actually boomed, but it actually picked up. A lot of people love the solution. It works. They love the quality of the product also and the service that we provide to our clients. So yeah. I think God's been pulling through. Hey, I think I'll tell you the honest truth. Smart Sync is the second company that I've launched in the same space. So the first time I launched a company, I'm not going to disclose its name because we ended up parting ways. But I came with an idea to people that I wanted to partner with. But at the end of the day, they backstabbed me in a kind of way, and I lost the business. So relaunching for me was where I realized that this is beyond me. It's God's purpose. Because I had to go through the whole application of licensing again, having to come up with income or capital to fund the business again. Because I had done all of that and I've gone through all of it. So now having to relaunch and rebrand and come and think of, okay, now since I've lost this business, what else can I put in the sick? I'm starting another business, but how do I stand out? What is different? Because you had already built a business that you lose, and remember, you've built a brand, everything, putting the plan together, 10 years, what we're going to do in 5, 6, 10 years. This is how we look like. So now having to reap a branch and start something different, I think that's where God came in for me, because he showed me that it's his purpose. It's not about me. The reason why he wants me to get out there and launch SmartSync is beyond my it's beyond me. So I think that's where he pulled through, and he pulled through when I was in doubt, when I launched the business, for people to like really buy the product. Am I even ready to start a business? Because starting a business is easy, but you as an individual, it comes with a different psyche, or it messes up your psyche. You have to be really, really mentally ready to go through starting a business, because you face a lot of challenges, and some of those challenges is yourself, is the child or the traumas that you've got through. So that, I feel like, is the biggest challenge that you go through as a business, because that determines, for example, if you face a challenge, are you going to be able to see it through and really work through that challenge, or are you going to give up? And that comes from who you've always been, and sometimes your past. So I feel like that's for me is how I see business, and how I've overcome my challenges. I'm proud that you dared to dream, that the challenges that you were facing at that particular time didn't make you make impulsive decisions. You sat down, you thought about it, and you realize there's no quick fix into life. I've always been a person who wanted big things, run a big business, have a big career, or like be successful in my way and from where I come from. So it taught me not to want an easy escape out of life. So a lot of things, even falling pregnant when I was 17 years old. I was in matric, 2010, I was doing matric. A lot of people believed that I was not supposed to even go back to school. I was even expelled at school because I went to a Christian school, Roman Catholic school. So they didn't allow people to, if you're pregnant, to go to school, but they will allow you that the next year when you give birth to come back to school. So that, for me to say, I want something bigger than what I have, because it's always an expectation that when you don't have parents, or you go through poverty and all of those things, the expectation is you have to be like everyone else. You can't dream big. So I dared to dream. And I was like, okay, maybe let me focus at school. I focused at school, got distinctions, and I was selected by the premier, because I got 5 distinctions, and they gave me a bursary to go to study at school in university. I studied. Even throughout university, I've been getting funding. I've just completed my master's, but I completed my master's, and throughout my education, I received funding. So if I was a person who said, I was happy that child that dreamed, or that child that didn't have parents, or that child that grew up with nothing or not much, I would say to her, I'm proud that you did to dream, and don't stop dreaming. Follow your passion and your purpose, and when you do it well. Whatever that you do and you put your mind to, do it well. Because when you teach yourself excellence, it's the quality of the work you produce, it's the confidence that comes in, and it's how much you also dare yourself to dream. Because once you say, I'm going to do it this and I'm going to do it that, you don't know what it's going to lead you to. So it's that would be, and also where you at doesn't mean that's the end. It's not. We tend to look at our situations and think, oh my God, how can I get myself out of this? Yeah, it takes time. It takes crying. It takes being frustrated. It takes writing yourself letters, wanting to commit suicide at some point. So it's life. But always know that there's a bigger purpose, and God brought you here for something bigger than yourself and something bigger than what you understand at that time. So that would be my advice.